Hi family, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life with my Cerebral Palsy Warrior. I am Nnewi. So in this video, I'm going to continue with my stories. I'm not a storyteller, don't mind me, I'm not a storyteller. I just wanted to, give you all the details about Ikem, all that happened and how we ended up being diagnosed with cerebral palsy. That is why. Okay, so if you are joining, if this is your first time on this channel, welcome. I am Nnewi Teaching Hospital, a mother to a cerebral palsy warrior by name Ikems and You can check our previous video so that you get to see Ikem. I'm going to bring him sometime this month again so that you see him. Please do well to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button so that you get notifications every time I post a new video. It doesn't cost you much. Thank you so much as you do so. Okay, so in this episode, I'm going to continue with my story. In the last episode, I ended at when we got back to Lagos. Okay, so when we got back to Lagos, we were so happy to come back home. At least that was our home. That's where we started, my husband and all that. So we are happy that we are home. So that was in August. Okay, so this journey, I gave birth to Ikem April, May, June, July, August. So we have been journeying from one hospital to the other. So our journey took us all the way from Lagos to East, and now from East to back. We are back to Lagos. Okay, so when we came back to Lagos, it wasn't even up to a week before it was as if Ikem was waiting for us to come back to Lagos so that he will resume his crying sections. My dear, this time around it was way more than the previous crying sections. My God, Ikem will cry. In 24 hours a day, this boy can cry for 20 hours. He will cry so much that nothing pacifies him. If you like, climb this ceiling, come down, nothing. My husband will go out. Sometimes my husband will be like, am I not going out? Is he going to stay back? I was like, no, you have to go out. You need to make money. At least we need money for this waka that we are doing. So I will be alone with Ikem in the house. I don't do anything because his crying will not allow me to do anything. I don't even cook the food I eat. From morning till night, that when my husband will come back, if I have any little chance, maybe he sleeps, and his sleeping will be like maybe for some few minutes. So I'll just steal out small time to just take tea. It's only tea that I can just make and take it with bread. When my husband comes home in the evening, he will buy food. Then we are buying food. He bought food for us. I wasn't cooking. Where do I even have the chance? Clothes will pile up until anytime he has chance he will wash. I don't do anything. Ikem will cry so much that my neighbors, everyone was concerned. People were like, what is happening to this baby again? I thought that everything is okay, you know. So some people like say embarrassment. What do you want me to say now? Because I don't like the way people are now. The concern was like, am I the only one that gave birth? What is this one? He will cry. To the extent, do you know what I started doing? Whenever he's crying, I will close all the doors, all the windows, so that people outside will not be hearing his voice. But just to tell you the intensity of the cry and the shouting, they will still be hearing it. So my neighbor, that woman, she's like an elder sister to me. She was so concerned. Even the other of my neighbor, both of them were so very helpful on this journey when I was living in that compound. So my neighbor was like, she will come to my house, she'll be like, that I should be bringing Ikem out and I should be bringing him to, because I normally go to their house sometime when I was pregnant. So she'll be like, I should be bringing Ikem to the house now, so that I will, at least I will gist, I will look around the children, I will play with them, and they'll play with Ikem and all that. And I told him now, please, with me, I don't want to be, it's not as if I don't want to come out, but the thing is that each time I go to her house, you know, the children, her children were the children that I've always been with. So I was with them throughout Ikem's pregnancy journey. So they were looking forward to me giving birth to this child that they will be playing with. So, but each time they see Ikem cried so much, as in, you know, children, it breaks their heart. They don't even understand anything. They will be like, why is Ikem always crying now? He will not allow anybody to carry him. He's always crying. And each time they say something like that, it will break me into pieces. So I now told the mom that I don't want your children to be asking me plenty questions, that why is Ikem always crying, and each time they ask me the question, that it breaks me into pieces and it makes me cry. I don't want to be breaking down in their presence. So the woman will be like, she will explain to them, she'll be that my children don't understand me very well. I was not like, Mom, it's not like that. So one day when I closed all the doors, all the windows, she heard Ikem crying in her house. So she now came, they were banging on my door. Ifu, open the door. They thought something that happened to me. Before I now came out to open the door, they now started shouting at me, why will I lock everywhere? That I'm inside there. What if something happened to me? So that in this kind of thing now, that devil will just come with one kind of thought, like, and exactly that's what happened to people. Maybe depression and out of annoyance, devil will not be like, why are you suffering like this? Why is this? Just use knife and kill this boy now, so that, or kill yourself, so that all this suffering will end. Sometimes that is why I call myself daughter of grace, because sometimes if I'll be asking myself, how was I able to handle all these things? I don't just know. Sometimes when I look back, it was as if it's a film, but it's no film. But this time I'm telling you, if some people were to be in my shoe, I know they wouldn't have handled it. I don't know how they will handle it. Me, I didn't even know how I did it. That's why I knew that it was by God's grace. Hence the name daughter of grace. Okay, so they shouted at me, scolded me, that they now dragged, she took Ikem from me, took Ikem to her house. She was now like, if you like, don't come out. Don't come outside, don't come and carry Ikem, don't come and breastfeed. That was how they dragged me out of the house that day. My dear, the crying continued though. Hey, I was like, what am I, is this how I'm going to live my life? Trust fake men and women of God though. I've not come to that time. During that time now, this one will give their prophecy. This one will give their prophecy. Some will tell you, it's from this side. It's this one that, what did I not hear? What did I not hear, my dear? Oh God. So when my husband came back, we discussed about it, the cry extensively. And I told my husband that we can't continue this way. How long are we going to continue like this? The crying is not stopping, and this boy is in pain. His crying is piercing my body, my soul, my spirit, everything. I cannot continue to live this way with this boy. This boy is suffering. Something needs to be done. So I now told my husband that, you see that LUTH, that at least let me know that I have done everything, that I have done my part. I told my husband, this LUTH that they said that it is very difficult to access, this one and that one, we are going there. Let's just go there and see what will happen there. Because what I've gone to East and I came back, nothing else. Nothing has happened, nothing has changed. So my husband now agreed. So we now went to LUTH with the referral. We had like 2 referral letter. The one they gave us at Federal Neuropsychiatric Oshodi, and the one they gave us from where too. So I had referral letter, because you can't go to LUTH without referral letter. That's if you need to see a specialist, the clinic that you're going to. So we were supposed to go to, we were sent to neurology department clinic. So when we went there on that day, because they said their clinic runs on Mondays. So on Monday I went to to LUTH with my husband. We went there, we submitted our letters. If you want to go to the LUTH, though, it's very, very early morning thing. So we went there early. We are at LUTH as early as 6 that day same. So we waited until we submitted our letter. Protocols, my dear, it's not a small thing. No. They now said that people that came to letter, when they check our letter and everything, they now give us appointments. The next, they said the appointment is 3 months. So they now gave us, but there was no space in the 3 months. They now gave us 4 months. I was not like, 4 months? How can I possibly live with this child, with this client for till the next 4 months? That this thing is not going to be possible. So Ikem's crying came through again. His crying became a protocol break again on LUTH. So because of the way he was, you needed to see Ikem crying that day. Hey, oh my God! Even people that were there to see doctors, they didn't even they were like, nurse, matron, you should make sure that this woman sees doctor, this baby sees doctor today, because this thing, people were just pitying me. If as the pitying was going on, people there were still giving me solution. This one will say, come, have you visited this Abo woman? This one will say, have you visited this medicine man? What have I not heard? What solution have people not given to me? Hell, at a point, if you tell me anything, I'll just tell you, okay, thank you. I lost the strength to even argue or to listen to anything anybody's saying, because I was tired, I was exhausted. I didn't know what to do again. At a point, if I even kneel down to pray, I'll just only cry and got up. I didn't know what to say again. You see, this cerebral palsy, it is not good for anyone. The journey was not an easy one. This is a condition that even make you to question your faith in God, I'm telling you. Okay, so because of his cry, the way everyone was shouting and all that, so the nurse even had, the matron had even pity on us. His cry became a protocol breaker that day. So they now said that we're going to see doctor that day, but we will have patience, that people that have appointment that day will finish seeing doctor, that we might go home that day by 5, 6, 4. I said no problem, even if it's by 7, provided I ended up seeing doctor today. That is what I know, that I want to see doctor, so that they will tell me what is wrong with him. So that was how we stayed that day until they clerked our file and they now sent us to see doctor. So when I went to doctor, I told doctor everything. Oh, I forgot to tell you, before we went to neurology department, there was a time he was sick that we went to emergency. Yes, the first time we went to emergency, children and something emergency ward. So it was there that then gave us the referral letter that we used to go to neurology, yes, and told us it was on Monday. When we got there that day, they even gave us he was crying so much. Yes, I remember there was a public holiday that day. But I told my husband, you, even if there is public holiday, that I heard the government hospital works, the emergency section is always open. That I cannot sleep in this house today with this cry if we don't go to the hospital that day. So when we went at the emergency section that day, they now said that they are going to admit us. I've forgotten what they now said. They are going to admit us. They're going to admit us that day. Hell, tears just dropped from my eyes. Goma was like, admission again? Is this how I'm going to? This is how many admission in 3 months? We have been admitted at where I gave birth to him, Lifeline, and Solo, and now LUTH. How many hospitals, even the Osho, how many hospitals to Nnewi Teaching Hospital? I cried that day. My husband consoled me that if it's for good, let us be admitted and all that. So when they now admitted us that day, they now said that they found that it's like something is disturbing him. Everybody was just doing guesswork. The consultant said it's like something is disturbing his. And thank God, all these things we are seeing. This one is not like we are seeing fake doctors or amateur doctors. We've been seeing the best of the best. This thing I'm telling you, that something is wrong with the navel, that they will do scan and do the other one, do x-ray to make sure that that's something, if it is not there, that that means they will do, it requires surgery and all that. I was like, surgery kwa? So we did the x-ray and the scan, and thank God it came out the next day. They said it is fine, that nothing is wrong with the navel. So the consultants for that unit now signed, they now discharged us the next day and now gave us referral letter with which we will go to neurology clinic. So that was how we now went to neurology clinic. So when we saw doctors, I told him everything. They asked me plenty questions. Each time you go there, the question they will ask you, after the so many questions, they now sent us to do EEG. I'll upload the pictures, so I have all the pictures. They now sent us to do EEG, that's in the brain. So, and you won't do it anywhere. They will tell you the place so that they will make sure the result is accurate. So they told us to go to Yabba. That's where we'll do the EEG. Then when the result is out, we'll come back with the result. And they don't give us, I was not like, doctor, wait, do you mean that all the stress I passed through to come here, all this cry, so I'll go back with the cry, there is no prescription, nothing we can be giving him to calm him down until when the result is out? The doctor's like, nothing, no, it's until the result is out. Hell, I was not like, it was there, I was not like, God, what have I gotten myself into? What am I into? I've not even get myself into this one, because I did everything that I was supposed to do. So we now left for the Yabba. They told us the days. Okay, doctor will help us to make call. They told us the day that we are supposed to come because of the urgency of the matter. So we now left. We were not supposed to go that day. He now said, I think he said next, it was on Monday, so he now gave us on Wednesday, either Wednesday or Thursday, said that we should come for the test, and the results will now come out the following week. He said 10 days after or 7 days after. So my husband was now pleading with the man that please, I should make the result come out faster because of the boy's condition. So the man was then like, they will try, but they would doing it like that so that the results will be accurate and all that. And doing EEG scan is not easy, because they said the child have to be stable. And LUTH said why they are sending us to them is because if the child must be stable, they don't want the child to be sedated, because when I researched, I googled about it, if the child is not stable, they will sedate, they will give the child a drug that will make the child to sleep so that they'll be able to carry out the test. So they said they don't want the child to be sleeping, even if they don't want the child to be sedated. So if the child must sleep, the sleep must be a natural one, so that they will get the accurate result of what was happening in the brain. Okay, so that was how we went to Yabba for the test. Okay, so in my next video, I'll continue with what happened with the EEG, how the EEG went, how we got back to the hospital and all that. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to my story. It means so much to me. Thank you so much. Comment on our videos, like our videos, let us know what you think, what you feel. And if this is your first time on this channel, welcome. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much, so that you get notification whenever I post new videos. See you in my next video. Bye.